What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am back again with another video, and as you may or may not be able to tell from the title of today's video, I'm going to be giving y'all 10 ways to get rich in LDOE. This video is mainly focused for people who are beginners at the game, but it can still be helpful for players who are a couple months into the game. If you guys do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like and be sure to subscribe. It is absolutely free and you can always change your mind later. But with that being said, let's get right into the video. First tip I have on this list is, as soon as you're able to, do Bunker Alpha every time it resets with minimal gear. Bunker Alpha is probably the best location to get loot at any stage of the game, but if you're starting off in the game, do it with as minimal gear as possible. Don't be afraid to die, because apart from its reset every 2 days, this location does not reset. So don't be afraid to die here. If you're going to this location, I recommend that you use the lowest tier armor that you have, and for weapons, use the spear or any other kind of trashy weapons you have and do the wall trick there, because once you get enough tickets, you're pretty much guaranteed some guns, so you can use some shitty armor, shitty weapons to get some pretty good armor and some good weapons, and if you do that every reset, the loot will start piling up. Next tip I have is to hoard and collect absolutely everything. Pretty much everything in the game has some type of use, and you will need it at some point further down the line. So anytime you get anything, whether it's a bearing or a tape or a spring, just anything, grab it, keep it, hold on to it, because you will need it at some point. Next tip I have for y'all is every month, grind multiple chests full of every main resource. Mainly by that, at the start of the game, I mean pine and limestone, and once you get further into the game and you can unlock it, also oak. But when you're first starting, pretty much anything, a lot of the important stuff like the chests, and then once you start building up your walls and your base, you will need a lot of wood for it and a lot of limestone. So be sure you have a chest or two just full of wood and full of limestone at all times, so when you need it, you don't have to actually go out and get it. Another tip I have for y'all is do not start raiding until you know you are ready for it. I know it can be tempting because there's a lot of good raids out there with absolutely amazing rewards, but at the same time, when you raid, you open yourself up for a raid, and a lot of the times, some of the stuff you lose can be devastating, especially early on into the game. So please do not start raiding until you have a very good base set up. And by good base, I mean a base that has a strong kind of inner core where all your stuff is, and then probably a layer or two of stone walls on the outside protecting all of it, because stone walls can be broken during raids. So just before you raid, make sure your base is ready. And this isn't counting those 3 bases that automatically spawn on the map when you first load into the game. I'm talking about when you call the raiders and they give you bases. Don't do that until later, but those 3 bases that are already on the map, you can go ahead and raid those, no problem. But make sure you're ready before you actually raid. Next tip might actually be the most important, and that is, don't get overwhelmed with everything there is in the game to do. There are so many locations in the game, so many features in the game, possibly events that are going on at the time, but don't get overwhelmed with all of it. Kind of figure out what you need to do next and stick to it, because the reality is there is a lot of stuff to do, especially if you're first starting out the game. The game is a grind. To kind of keep your sanity, make sure you don't get overwhelmed. Next tip, kind of feeding into the last, your main focus should be getting your chopper. Your chopper will make it easier and faster to travel across the map, will unlock new zones, will help with raiding, so that is the very first thing you kind of need to focus on. The main location for getting stuff for your chopper will be Bunker Alpha. So again, that goes into tip 1. Bunker Alpha will help you with guns and resources, but it'll also be the main location for getting stuff for your chopper. And having a chopper in the game is probably one of the most important and most essential things. Next tip I have for y'all is have your workbenches running 24/7. A previous tip was to have your resource boxes full. Take some resources from those full boxes and put them in your wood bench, so you will have resources 24/7, so you can turn pine logs into pine planks, more so because that you will need a lot of pine planks at every point in the game, so it will help you to have those pine planks and those limestone bricks because personally, the thing that I hate the most is needing a resource and having to wait for the resource to go through a bench before I'm able to actually use it in the way I need it. So best thing for y'all to do is make sure that that resource that you will need further down the road is already ready for you to use. Next, I know people say the game a lot is pay to win, and if you want to spend money on the game, fine, but please do not spend money on resources that are easy to grind. I know it's kind of easy to look at the shop and see, oh, 100 pine logs, it's just $2, why don't I spend that? It is so easy to get pine logs in the game. Just go to a resource zone, hit auto, you'll have pine logs in maybe 20 minutes. So if you are going to spend money, do it on something that's actually worth it and not something that's just resources that are so incredibly easy to grind. Tip number 9, go join the Last Day on Earth Discord. There are so many tips and tricks on there for anything in the game. So locations like Bunker Alpha, the sewer, Bunker Bravo, the farm, Pine Zone, season events. There are a bunch of tips and resources and information in that Discord server for pretty much anything. So if you're not already in that Discord server, go ahead and just join it, because it will definitely help you out at any point in the game. And the last tip I have are, there are some locations that you'll probably want to avoid throughout your first 4 or 5 months in the game, and those locations are the Bunker Bravo, Port Laboratory, Frozen Zones, Transport Hub, pretty much locations like that if they look like they're hard to clear, they will be. Don't rush into locations like that being super unprepared, because I promise you the rewards really aren't that worth it if you're pretty early into the game, and it won't be worth all the resources that you could possibly lose at that location. Especially locations like the Frozen Zone and the new islands that were just added, because you go there, you're unprepared, you will lose your resources, because those locations, especially if you die at those locations, you will not get your loot back. So please avoid those locations. Don't go there until you're ready. You will thank yourself. And that is the video, guys. I hope y'all did enjoy. Sorry at the end of the video if there's thunder or other sounds. It just now started raining. I think we have a thunderstorm coming in, so I do apologize if the background audio in the video kinda is loud or anything like that. But like I said, if you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like, be sure to comment, be sure to subscribe. It really does help the channel out. Also, if you're interested, link for the Discord as well as the LDOE Discord will be in the description. So if that is something you're interested in, be sure to check that out. I'm going to host events there at some point in the future, so if that is something that you want to check out, please be sure to do so. But with that being said, that is all for me. I will see each and every one of y'all in the next video. I'm out. Peace.